Good evening and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. I'm Modi Aparanas. We're picking up right where we left off for cycle 20 here now. Jeez, I almost said 15. That was last episode. We're doing okay. Still insufficient oxygen generation, but it's not that bad. Right now it's at 40. That's not great, but that's because we turned off this bad boy and we're running out of power right now. Once we get our power sorted out, actually the oxygen generation is increasing right now. We had less yesterday than we did the day before for some reason. I guess that's the power of the Calkin is the reason for that. Once we get this thing up and running though, we'll get plenty of O2. We just need this stuff to get done. They can dig this. Yes, they can. I don't quite know what the problem is of why they're not. Priority probably. But we'll let them do what they're doing. Well, maybe set this to a 6. Oh, it's a 4, that's why. Yeah, it's never gonna get done. Yeah, it's gonna get done right away. And we have a big issue with CO2 down here right now. So we need that scrubber before too long. This is just getting packed with CO2 down here. And we can't harvest that. We can dig this up. It's a fruiting plant that can be dug up and... Oh, I didn't know that. We'll just let it be. Research is idle again. We're nearly done with this. Got a little more basic research to do. And then we'll do the big important research. Actually, what we can do... So we're not keeping anybody idle for any time here. We can just do the other one right away. And then we'll be done with the supercomputer. We can turn the supercomputer off. That'll save a bunch of power for us. And then everybody will be good. Harvest these back. How are we doing on food still? Not too bad. Not too bad. Hanging in there. This will get us, let's see, 15, 30, 4,500 more. So that's not bad. Looks like they're going after this water here first, which is good. I might even block this off once we get this pump in here. And they can just use the pump for the electrolyzer. Okay, so let's get the electrolyzer going here. Let's get the pump set up here and let's go plumbing. Liquid pump. Let's see how we want to do this. We want to do liquid pump here. We want a... we want a liquid valve coming off of this too, I think. Because that'll regulate the, that we can regulate the power of the pump if we need to. We'll connect those two. Connect, we don't need to connect that part. Connect those two. Connect this and this. And then we'll deconstruct pipes on this. Deconstruct those pipes back. And that should be good. That'll connect to the system. And it'll pump it into here and we can regulate how much it's pumping when it's ready. And then if we want, we could actually have any overage just get pumped back into here with a liquid vent here. But we'll tackle that if we need to. We can always branch off of this and get that done. Alright, let's get them going on that then. We'll see what they have and don't have for this. And then once they're done with that, well, this whole area here is not being used for much of anything right now. I think we could probably convert this into the top of our tank. And I don't know if I want to have it open or what. We could change this to gas permeable or mesh tile once we get that research, which will happen pretty much soon. Let's leave it how it is right now. Let's start building the sides of this thing. Well, what we're going to need is granite. We don't have a lot though. 200 per tile. We can afford that. Let's keep this smallish like this. And we'll put in an order over here for the same. And we'll put in a ladder order through here. Deconstruct order on this. That'll get them down in there. Okay. And they should be able to dig on all this stuff. You know, put a dig order on this stuff here, not a 6. What's a regular dig order on that? We'll dig this out, and this will be our tank. And this will be a collection for... This will be fresh, and then what I'll do is I'll make this part... Basically, I'll convert this part into a tank also. And make this a freshwater tank? Or I want the freshwater tank below? We'll think about that. I don't know what we're gonna have more of, contaminated or fresh. Maybe I change the where this bridge is here too. We can make them whatever size we want to make them. Make it even. And then we'll get the whole purifier thing set up. Oh, I need room for that too, don't I? Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go further down then. We're gonna cancel this, going across here. We're gonna go granite on that too. Granite tile through here. We're gonna make it bigger, fatter, bolder, laddered, and dig all this out. Alright, this is gonna be your tank room. And then we got room for our purification stuff up here. We can run it up, run it back down. It'll be easy. Should be no problem. Harvest that quick. Go back up to 1350. Should be beautiful. Waiting on a copper delivery for that. And I really don't need them to really access this once we got it built. This is gonna be a closed system. We'll just mess with the pipes to get stuff into it. And again, we're gonna be using this pipe here going up to pump stuff in and out of. Skill increase, another tinkering, nice. Like to see that. All right, cycle 20 is over. Got a big project today. Oh, you know what? We have a tile break-in here. It's totally happening right there. Let's see. Let's put in a tile here. Granite, make it priority 1. Because I guess the pressure is too high. That's what happened with the other one here, I'm guessing. Is that the pressure is just too high. Okay, so we gotta go, let's even make it something stronger, like obsidian even. Put it there and set it as a priority 8. Get that done right away. Hopefully they dig it and put the stuff on there at the same time. With all hands on deck, it should be okay. Makes me a little nervous, but it should be alright. So yeah, I guess I forgot that can happen. Do it quick, there you go. Okay, minimal water lost, awesome. I might consider doing the rest of this slowly like that too. Just so it's done. We don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I think we will do that. With obsidian. Prioritize that at 8. We'll do one at a time here. Just so we don't end up with a bunch of gaps in here while they're fixing it all up. Because that would happen really, really quickly. We don't last hardly any water on that from the tank there. Yeah, very, very little water. A little bit falls out, but there's already water down there, so it's not a huge deal. All right, let's do the next one here. Priority 8. I guess I could do it before when I click it too. All the water's almost drained out of here already. All right, yeah, we'll lose a little bit of water on that. Now we get to this top one here. It's not going to be a big deal. You can do both those at the same time. Oh, this place is filling up with CO2 really, really quickly here. We need this pump done pronto. Is this off still? Yeah, we need this turn back on again. It was doing a lot more than I thought it was. Okay. Enable building. Get it going again. Our power's filled again, so that's fine. Yeah, get this whole thing spread out again. This CO2's just taking over right now. All right, let's get these harvested again. The only problem with having plants as your main food source is that you have to keep harvesting them quite often. How are these plants doing over here? Doing good. Okay, good. Awesome. All right. Let's get that going. Pretty soon it's going to be into the bedrooms here, the CO2. So we need to get this going quicker here. And once we get this pump done, prioritize that higher so it gets done right now. We have the copper for it, right? 100 kilograms. Yeah, that's no problem. We need power for it too. And we'll run power from... Yeah, we'll run from here. And run it through here, and then... Yeah, we'll run it just through over there. Like so. And this should get everything working together here nicely. All the extra hydrogen should go up through here, which we can pump out later. For the filtration system, that'll be our next steps here after we get this going here. And its power, this should be prioritized higher too then. Go. And then I'm done with projects for right now. I'm gonna only focus on this one here. Oh, another dupe coming in. Let's take a look here quick. We have, this guy's got a lot of negative traits. Holy cow. 9 on tinkering. Oh my gosh. But small bladder, yokel, can't dig it. Can't do anything right. Naturally robust, doesn't matter to me. I'm not finding anybody want 9 on tinkering though. Holy cow. Can't dig, can't do research, small bladder. That's not that bad. All right, we're bringing in another dupe here. 7 dupes, gotta happen. We're bringing in 9. The 9 tinkering is amazing. All right, let's do another cot here then. We need to make sure this is beautiful in here then. Work on some beautification. Let's see, furniture, cot. We'll put it over here to start. We'll do decor, blank canvas right above the bed, flower vase right next to that. Beautiful little alcove over here in the corner. We have more room for more beds later then too. And far enough away from this is probably producing negative decor, yeah. Negative 11, not too much, but. Okay, so this is going and we'll control the flow of water here. Max flow is 10, average flow right now is 10 kilograms per second. It's probably more than this thing needs. Again, we can't see how much it uses. This is mass. It says the mass of the object. That's interesting. Doesn't tell us like how much water it uses. Does it say it in here? Let's take a look here quick. Oxygen electrolyzer. It takes in 100 grams per second, so we need to lower this down to that range here. It's at 10 kilograms per second. Let's do 1,000 grams per second for now, until we're using this water for other stuff. But this will be better. Okay, that research is done. One more research to do. Deconstruct this bad boy. Get all that resources back. Should be beautiful. Thank you, thank you. And how bad is our oxygen now? We're getting there. We're getting better. It's picking up again. We'll force the CO2 down into here, which is what we wanted originally. Just gotta up the pressure in here a little bit. And they're starting to dig it out. That's what I wanted. Looking pretty good though, looking pretty good. So over here we got a mesh gas permeable tile problem, I think. It's gonna start getting some congregating gases over here we don't want. And then let's do through here. The hydrogen is floating around here. This hydrogen will rise up. Again, we got gas permeable through here too. So it flows up through the top here like we want it to right away. So it doesn't get hung out in the bedrooms at all. And yeah. So this thing, how's it working here? It's getting an empty pipe occasionally. Should be fine though. It's getting a little bit, maybe a little bit more than we're doing right now with the pump. Keep it on point. Let's try like 117 maybe. It's a little bit more. This pump doesn't go all the time, then it only pumps out just a little bit as it needs it, kind of a little trickle flow effect into there. Should be great. And this is going well, I think. How much? I mean, it's producing, when it runs for a couple seconds here, it's producing 600 per second, roughly. Skill increases for whom? Athletics, nice. We can actually put another bed in here too, if we wanted to. Oh, this is not a very good painting. What's going on here? Crude painting. Deconstruct that. I'm not having crude paintings. Oh, you know what we have is we have a new dupe probably working on art that shouldn't be. Yep, Eleanor. That's probably why. Even Nadia here shouldn't be working on it, probably. We got one person doing this, and that's it. So, all right, we'll go with that. And we'll deconstruct that one to get it going again here, so it's nicer. All right, research complete. Is that all of our research done? By day 22 this time around. Much, much better. Okay, cool. Deconstructed. And we're good. Sweet. And how's food going? Okay, nothing growing just yet. That's okay. Power's holding up now, though. Now they have someone jogging on it again. Cool, and that should get the gas up here. So next we need to focus on a gas pump system that will take away our hydrogen and pump that somewhere else and then leave the oxygen here. So we'll need a filtration system set up here. And that will be a minor project. I think I'll wait until this is done before we start working on that, though. The hydrogen's not going to be a big deal right away here. So, yeah, this is an oxygen problem over here for sure. On this side of the base. It's not very dense though, is it? Eh, I guess it is. Food shortage. Okay, so we're finally at a food shortage now. Let's harvest that up. Let's start this up for a little while here. And get going so we get like maybe like up to 10,000 or so. But we saved a lot of water letting it go only like that much. They're not going to reach this other stuff here. They kind of did this poorly. Hold on, cancel this order. You guys got to go from. You guys got to start the top, work down. I'll let you do the sand because that's going to be. That doesn't matter. It's when you do it, I suppose. You guys are supposed to start at the top and work down. Let's cancel this here. What I need you to do is put in a tile through here. Not there, not there. Put a tile in through 1, 2. They can reach all this, I think. Oops, well, that's fine. They can reach all that then. And then they should be able to reach down here, all that. That makes sense. All right, works for me. I don't know what tile I used on that. Oh, obsidian? No, that's not gonna work. Cancel that. Sandstone's fine for this. That's gonna be temporary tile there. There, they can reach everything now. And that might be how we keep it eventually too. We'll see. But if we get the pumps all set up in there, get all the pipes set up in there, and then we can fill it and we'll just seal it off so they don't have to go in there ever again. And yeah, we might want it to be doubled up, so if there's any breaches or anything like that, it's not a problem. Yeah, we could double it up, like double it up for the backside here maybe. I don't know how we do that exactly without micromanaging. Because I had kind of planned that from the start. I guess I could do that. We'll cancel this wall here. We'll plan for the tile to be granite again. Through here. And they'll make it so they do this one, then we'll just seal it back in again. We'll have a double wall there. Same with the bottom here. We'll do a double tile through the bottom here. in case. Actually, they probably can't get to it now without deconstructing first. That's alright. We'll figure out what they do. I'll do that later. How are we doing oxygen? No more message about oxygen. We're gonna be nice and blue here pretty soon. I think we need the air scrubber in here next. We need to get this whole contamination things figured out first, like I said last time. We could do more algae terrariums down here for the time being, and maybe deconstruct them later. I think that'd probably be a not bad idea. Keep those things. We're actually put them right here instead. All right, cycle 22. Let's harvest here. Harvest here. Harvest here. Oh, I got the harvest tool. I can just select those. That's a lot easier. I should do that next time. Okay, that works. That'll save some time at least. They can't get this stuff here. It's unreachable. This wasn't originally going to be bedrooms in here. I don't remember what I was going to do with it exactly. That's okay though. Bedrooms is fine. Okay, we need another art project in there then. Be looking nicer. See, now they're going after this water instead of taking the water from down here. So that makes me think I should seal this off just so they'll stop grabbing the water from it. There. And don't be on this side of it when you seal it off, please. Please? Thanks. Good, good. Okay, so they'll stop grabbing water out of there. They'll grab it out from down here, which is better for us. And looking pretty blue in here now. Getting bluer. Now they're gonna have some trouble working in here, obviously. Well, instead of bringing one down here, instead of having to redo all of it, let's make one smaller. This way we can have it doubled up, and we'll cancel. We'll build that in afterwards. Yeah, that's fine. We could potentially put a gas permeable tile in here, and that'll block the flow of water out, but not oxygen. So we could get all the CO2 brought out of here if we want to get it out of there. Not a big deal, I suppose, but something to consider. And then we have the mesh tiles too. We got to get that going here pretty soon as well. I think I want to actually get some of that put in here, mesh tile, because we'll get some contamination eventually from stress. And I might want to use it. So we're going to switch that stuff out for a mesh tile. And that way, if we get contamination, we can maybe confine people to over here, we'll get the flowing in. So that makes me think we put the fresh water at the bottom here then. But we'll see how it shakes out when we start wiring it up here. So what do we need? We'll need a filter, we'll need power in there, we'll need pumps, we'll need a way in for the contaminated, we'll need a system for purification, which is going to be up here potentially. Stress is still at a 0. I'm really impressed with you guys. Doing great. Alright, so the mesh tile is good. Now, if we have an overflow problem over the water, like rises too high up, we might have a problem here with the mesh, of course, but we probably won't. And with the mesh tile here, we won't run into any problems of this getting over pressurized, at least for the most part here. Or, you know what, I don't even use, I guess I could do closed system here if I wanted to. Maybe the closed system will be elsewhere, actually. Because we don't need to have a tank for the closed system. It'll be flowing water into the purifier, back out of the purifier, right into the showers and that kind of thing. This contaminated, we're just going to fill into the freshwater pool, which we can put over here. We should probably put in a final, like, walls around this freshwater pool here, eventually. And we're out of battery? Interesting. Interesting. Huh. Did we use that much power? No, we should be at net positive there. Just barely, but she should be. Huh. Alright. Interesting. Is this not getting... Oh, you know what? We finally used up all of that hydrogen here. That's the problem. So all that hydrogen's gone already. Alright. And this electrolyzer is not producing enough hydrogen to actually be useful. Yeah, okay, alright. So, what can we do? What can we do? We need to get some more hydrogen in here, into here maybe? That got us by for a good long while there. But our power needs have reduced too, because we don't need power for the computer or anything like that now. So our power needs have decreased as well. We used 321 still yesterday, and we said that's when before we used, you know, a little bit more. So I mean, with all the pipe pumps and that kind of thing, and pipes we're gonna do and that kind of thing, maybe we do need some better here. You know what we need? Okay, yeah. We'll have to think about that. We have a lot of contaminated. This is chlorine, though. This is all chlorine. We had a chlorine breach at some point here is the thing. Morbs will eat chlorine. We can get morbs if we have a person die. So... what I'm thinking is we let somebody go sacrifice themselves for the greater good in this room here. And their corpse will attract morbs. And the morbs will eat the chlorine. And that'll keep our colony going for us. Oh boy. Alright, that's quite the thought. Okay. So, to do that, we'll need the airlock on here. What does the mechanized airlock cost versus the non-mechanized? 400 copper versus... 200. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. We need to put it in as we're taking this out. Now, there's not very much hydrogen in here, so it's not a big deal if we release it. Let's do it. Let's put the airlock in here. Deconstruct these two tiles. We have metal. We have metal. We'll put in the mechanized airlock. Getting just ever so little hydrogen here right now. Which means he's having trouble keeping up, is the problem. Okay, mechanized airlock is in. We need power for the thing put back in. I guess I don't need power for this. I don't really necessarily need to use it with power. Chlorine is heavier, so it shouldn't flow up. The problem is, next we have to decide who is going to be our sacrificial lamb here. That will go in here to attract the morbs. Who is the weak link in the group here? Who's at the lowest level? Oh, you know what we do? We don't even worry about it. We grab the next person in 246 seconds. The next person coming through this thing is going to be our sacrificial lamb. We're not attached to any of those people. We'll send one of our new people in and have them deal with this problem. I like it. Let's dig this out right here. Well, what we'll do is put a ladder in here. Yeah, we can't put the ladder on top of this. So we'll put a ladder through here, bring them down into here, and Let them do their thing. And we're gonna make sure it's only one person that does this. I mean, that's the thing we gotta be careful of. Whoever we get in there, we have to make sure that it's just them. I'd like to know what happened with our hydrogen here. That chlorine took it over. Something happened for sure. But yeah, that's the plan for right now. So I think I'll call the episode there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about my plan for the sacrificial lamb here. And we'll see what happens next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.